Hi, I'm Alex Zipp, owner of the Drift Fly Shop, and I'm going to show you how to tie a very simple but effective blood midge pattern that we use here on the Pueblo tailwater, and is effective on a wide variety of lakes and streams, especially tailwaters and spring creeks. It's called the True Blood, and it just has, here is an example, size 18, tied on the Daiichi 1273 hook. So that is the 1273, and I also, if you're going to be going after really big fish, you may want to tie this on the 1153, and it's a 2x heavy with a more pronounced curve. If you're going to be tying 16s and 18s, go with the Wapsi stretch tubing in red, size micro. If you're going to be tying 20s and 22s, you're going to want the hairline micro, which is a noticeably thinner diameter than the Wapsi micro. And on all of these, I use UTC Ultra Thread. It's a thin, flat thread, and it doesn't block the color of that red hook bleeding through, so very important. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so here is the True Blood, and this is tied on the 1273, the Daiichi 1273 hook. So I'm going to start my thread right behind the eye, come in with the tubing, use a pinch wrap to grab it, 2, 3 wraps. I'm going to stretch this back to kind of thin it out to minimize the bulk. Now I'm going to skip wrap back, and that skip wrapping, especially once I get to the back here, I'm going to do an extra wrap at the back, and then I'm going to skip wrap forward, or space wrap. What that does is it allows, minimizes the thread on the hook and allows that bright hook to bleed through. Cut that tag off, and then it's just simply side by side wrapping. And by having those space wraps of thread, it also makes it somewhat mottled. Some spots are a little bit darker. So I'm going to wrap right up to the index point, and then I'm going to bring the tubing halfway, or a quarter turn up actually, into the index point where you're going to finish your fly. 3 wraps is enough to secure it. I'm going to brace this hook with my finger as I pull up. Get a nice close snip. When you brace the hook and you cut that, the hook doesn't want to bounce back, and so you won't lose your thread tension. And then I like to do at least 2 whip finishes. If you're going to skip the head cement, do a 3rd whip finish. If you're going to do a little head cement, nail polish, UV product, whatever you want, just on the thread wraps. That's really the only part that the only weak part of the fly. So that's the True Blood.